cut King in half. Into the cover goes Moose. No chance.
If you come at the King, you best not miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and new
acknowledge us.
Hey, guys, we're here at the Red Carpet Ring to talk about NXT. We're talking about WWE NXT 2 titles online, Ricky Saints NXT debut match. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about that and plenty other things here. We'll go over the show, go over current news, and of course, we'll also go over NXT Roadblock early predictions. Let's get the lights that's been coming to the ring. But before anything, let's look at the match card for NXT. All right, so the match card we have here is 2 titles online. We got the TNA X-Division title, Moose, the champion, versus Lexis King. We have the North American Women's Championship, Stephanie Vaquer, the champion, versus Karmen Petrovic, opening the match. We also have the Hardy Boyz defending the TNA World World Champions. They're going against No Catch Quarter Crew. And then also we got the main event, Ricky Saints and Javon versus Wesley and Ethan Page. So we definitely got a card here for you guys. NXT, the show of all shows. Now let's get into that first. Let's talk about the whole thing. And I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to see if it's 3 title matches. I think the Hardys did defend their titles online. But I think it was just Stephanie Vaquer and Moose. Let's get on to the first part of the show. All right, we have Stephanie versus Karmen. Very good way to kick off the show. These 2 women definitely did their thing. Karmen got some good moments there. She was able to do her Karana. She got some good kicks in, and Stephanie came back, did her thing. She did a 619 at one point. Very, very good moves that Stephanie had in the ring. I like these 2. They have some good steady pace, very good chemistry between Karmen and Stephanie. Other than that, though, at the end of the day, it was Stephanie. She gained a pinfall victory and retained her Women's North American Championship. You know, Stephanie went to celebrate happy, got her hand raised, but she wouldn't be celebrating for long. Next thing we know, that Julia come out, and Julia got on the mic. She congratulated Stephanie on retaining her title, and she said title versus title at the match of Roadblock. And we will talk about that later. And that is going to be official. That will be March 11th at Roadblock, title for title. We'll discuss more about that later. But that's a good way to kick off NXT. All right, later on, then we had another championship match, Moose versus Lexis King. Both of these men did well. Lexis King is getting better. I like him in the ring. He's getting better in the ring. I know he tried the coronation on Moose. He kicked out. It was some near falls there. But Moose, he really show how agile he is for a big man. Very good agility. He had a crossbody, good power bomb. But Lexis King also kicked out to that. And it took a huge spear for Moose to do on Lexis King to take him down. And he definitely did that. So I gotta give him credit's due. Moose looked very, very good in the ring as a big man, but definitely he shined tonight in his NXT match debut, first time competing in an NXT turf. I might add as well. Definitely good part of that. Definitely good part of that.
Cut King in half. Into the cover goes Moose. No chance.
So, and Moose retains his TNA X-Division title. So congratulations to Moose, but good match. However, he won't be able to celebrate long either. Like Stephanie, Obafemi comes out and he talked to Moose. He on the mic say, we don't have a match that everybody wants to see. And this was also be announced at Roadblock. We will get not a title match, but we will get the NXT Championship defended at NXT Roadblock. Obafemi NXT Championship defended against TNA's Moose 1-on-1, which we also will discuss later on in the bonus round. But definitely a good way of that. But we also had another match here. We had the No Catch Quarter Crew versus the Hardys 1-on-1. I'm sorry, not 1-on-1, but of course tag team versus tag team. Another banger between these men. Hardys, they still got it after doing this for 20 plus years. I think Matt, he just turned 50 in the past year, and Jeff's like 47, and they could go. They definitely can go. Definitely good one. I like how these guys worked out. No Catch Quarter Crew, impressive. I like that. They made it a very good, fun match. And, of course, Tavion Heights, he got that size. He tried to bully Jeff with power reverse, but Jeff came back. But very, very good. I like how this whole thing worked out because these teams definitely brought it. They definitely brought it tonight, and I got to give it to them. Very good of how things went down because these guys was definitely not backing down by any means necessary. They definitely was not backing down and let everybody know who the best tag team is, and they definitely did that tonight. Now, Hardys did win the match. However, similar to other two matches I mentioned, we had the NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium, came out, talked to him saying, they said they're a great tag team. They gave Hardys their flowers. They're the greatest tag team. Jeff Hardy said, let's cut the nonsense. Let's have a match. Both tags against each other. Santino Marella made his return to NXT on Santino Marella. His original theme music, crowd went crazy. And yes, we're going to talk about this match too. It's official at Roadblock. We have the TNA Tag Team Championship defended at Roadblock. The Hardys, the TNA Tag Team Champions, against the NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxy, the TNA Tag Team line. But this was very, very good. Very good. Well, let's get on to the other matches in the card. We had a one-on-one match that started early on. Speaking of Santino Marella's daughter, Ariana Grace, she makes her return to wrestling. She's been on TNA as the Legion. Lola Vice made her return as well to NXT. Yeah, they one-on-one match, but this was pretty much squash. Ariana Grace, we know she's more of a beauty, more of an eye candy than a wrestler. Lola Vice gave her that work for real. Lola Vice gained a pinfall victory over Ariana Grace on a one-on-one match. Well, let's get on to the main event of the show. We had Ricky Saints and Javon Evans teaming up going against Wesley Ethan Page. Wesley and Ethan Page, they was on the same page for a while. No pun intended. They did their thing, but Ricky had that momentum. Javon got that flying agility. But I did like how Wesley and Ethan Page Javon Evans worked. They got good chemistry. I can see them having a few later on after this whole Ethan Page, Javon Evans is over, or even with Trick Williams. We'll talk about that too. And Wesley, his boys try to interfere. They didn't have no much impact. And Ricky Saints, he came in. The crowd was going crazy. He had a hot tag. He had energy going back and forth. Then he hit his finisher. Looked real good. He got the pinfall victory for his team over Wesley. As you know, Javon Evans and Ethan Page, it got so hectic, got so much tension. They was fighting outside and in the rain and in the crowd and arena, all that stuff. It came down to Ricky versus Wesley, and he got the victory over that. And yes, he definitely got the pinfall, and they got the first win. And he definitely shined in his NXT debut, and that closed out NXT. Now let's go to the show. Let's see what the rating was for NXT tonight. Still a lot of good moments there. I have to say, lots and lots of good moments. I like how all these people went out. They all shined. Gotta give them credit where credit is due. Definitely did that. Now, without everything we've seen, I can't. I have to admit, I didn't see really no bad parts of NXT. NXT is a solid 5 out of 5. There was no dull moments too much. I mean, except for Ariana Grace and the Vice match. But when you have a show like that, the talent from TNA and NXT coming through, one bad match, not the best match. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I definitely like where this is going. But definitely a great show. One of the best NXT shows of the year. Definitely, and thus far. So I think it was solid. I'll talk about other stuff too. We did have also Jordan Grace, her and Roxanne Perez had a segment. Then Jordan Grace had a segment later on talking about which title to go for. But we'll talk more about that other stuff as well. But this was solid though. I like where everything's going at NXT right now. Definitely have a good direction. And they stay on top of things. I like that about NXT too. They keep their foot on the gas. Like Jacob Fatu says, all gas, no brakes. And that's really what NXT does every single week. Every single week. They do not miss. Let's see what people community are saying about NXT. 77% gave it an A, 8% gave it a B, 6% gave it a C, 8% gave it a D or F. But everyone has their own opinion. Let's go to what went wrong with NXT though. One of the things that went wrong with the show. Very minor things. First off, where's Gallus? And I say this because Gallus is a great tag team. They've been on NXT for quite some time, for years. And I noticed ever since NXT started shifting to the whole new people coming in, like Ethan Page and more tag teams and the whole TNA partnership, especially when NXT moved to CW, I see less and less and less of Gallus, and now to the point I don't see him at all. So I hope they don't get released. I hope that's not a sign Gallus gets released. I really don't see him that much. But hopefully we see him soon. Hopefully.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So that's one part I did not like about the show. It's not too big on that at all. Another thing I noticed about NXT, we're gonna talk about this mystery group. Now we've seen this mystery group. They took people out every show. At the end, they take people out. Robert Stone we saw last week and some other people this week. But when are they going to introduce themselves as what's the name of this group for one? Introduce their agenda. I would like to see this group get properly introduced and to see what the agenda is. And if they go on this route, that's kind of like YA6-ish, in which they don't do that. I would like to see what's the deal with that here. What's the whole thing behind that? Well, I would like to hear more from them because there is 4 of them, and they did dominate. Well, maybe we'll hear more about it after NXT Roadblock. Maybe I got a feeling they're gonna just maybe, they will go ahead and make some noise there too, like they did at NXT Vengeance Day. But only time will tell. Only time will tell what's going to go on. We definitely got to see what's going on. But yeah, definitely got to see more about that. But that's just a thought, When are they going to do that?
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So definitely something that I did not like. But let's move forward. Let's go into what I did like about NXT. There's plenty of stuff I liked about NXT. What went right? Well, first off, this Trick Williams. It seems like he's gonna turn heel. Trick Williams, he was backstage. You know, he still wants that get the NXT Championship back. He's still feuding with Eddie Thorpe. They got another match. Devon Evans said we the same. Trick said no, we not. And then he said, you fighting over a smile with Ethan Page. I'm fighting NXT Championship. Stay in your lane. Things started to get real heated between Javon and Trick until Ricky Williams came and introduced himself to Trick Williams. And then Trick told Ricky Saints. He told Ricky Saints when he came in, he said, I heard about you, and he walked off. Does it seem like Trick's going to be a heel soon? If so, I like this edgy, this side of Trick.
Yeet.
But yeah, I like where this is going. But yeah, we gotta see what else is going on. You gotta see what the whole deal is. But I do definitely like the way this is going. Another thing I did like, I like also that I was talking about NXT tonight. Shawn Spears, he did a vignette talk about his new improved stable. He explained how Easy Dame used the family. He talked about, of course, Brooks Jensen got a haircut. Easy Dame, I forgot the other guy's name. He was on NXT Level Up. They all look better, and I think this is a good way to put Shawn Spears and his stable over. And we know Shawn Spears is going to challenge Tony D'Angelo for the NXT North American Championship next week. But yeah, this is looking good. I was very skeptical about what was going to happen with Shawn Spears. Was he doing anything? But I see everything's falling into place, and that could be the good counterpart of Tony D'Angelo's family. It's four of them, just like it's four of Tony D'Angelo family: Stax, Luch, Ariana Rizzo, and of course Tony D'Angelo. But I like where this is going. Solid.
Yeet.
Well, yeah, this is a good one. This is definitely a good one. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is going on later. But another thing I did notice on NXT, it's obvious. Ricky Saints made his debut, and he shined like no other. He definitely is destined for greatness. I see a bright future ahead of Ricky. North American Championship. I'll say NXT Championship. Yes, star power written all over him. A very good main event in the tag team match alongside Javon Evans against Wesley and Ethan Page. So definitely, this is a plus in my book.
Yeet.
So this is good. But let's see what else is going on. But all this stuff is definitely looking good. I like where everything is going on here. But other than that, though, the NXT is definitely hitting all cylinders. And I can't wait to see what the next move is going to be. Now, with that, we're going to move on. We're going to go to current news. So that's it for what went wrong and what went right. Current news we got here. MJF gets removed. He removes the tattoo of AEW. For those who follow AEW, All the Wrestling, he has a tattoo saying bet on AEW. And he said, I don't know if it's a storyline, but he said, I used to believe in three letters. Now only three matter to me, not AEW, not a fan, but MJF. I wonder what storyline was this trickling down to. But this is really trendy, become trending topic online. We gotta see what's going to happen next, but only time will tell what you guys think of MJF. If you're fans of AEW or if you're fans of MJF, what's up with him removing this tattoo of AEW and only keeping MJF? Storyline, not storyline, whatever you guys see what it comes down to. But other than that, that's why for current news. That's all I have as far as that goes. But now we're gonna switch gears, guys. We're gonna move on to NXT Roadblock, and we're talking about early prediction match card as follows. We do have 3 matches that are advertised, and it's March 11th in New York City. This will be a regular CW episode. I don't think it's on Peacock, nothing like that. It's not a premium live event, just a TV special. Well, than that though, let's talk about it. I'll go over the 3 matches of what I think, how the match is going to go and who's going to win. But let's go over each one. Let's talk about the tag team championships of the Hardys versus Fraxium TNA World Tag Team Championship match. They're going to have some good moments here. Fraxium going to shine like no other. They're going to do what they do best. That's put on a good show. Hardys is going to definitely do their thing. But other than that, though, when it comes down to it, these are TNA World Tag Team belts on the line. The Hardys will retain, but Fraxium will definitely get their flowers. But it's gonna be a good match. I think this may be even match of the night or even underrated match. So I'll look out for that one. Next match, we'll talk about the NXT Championship. Moose from TNA, who's currently the X-Division Champion, against Oba Femi, the current NXT Champion. These guys have been teased for weeks. We saw Moose last week. He confronted Oba about they should have a match. This week, Moose defended his TNA X-Division title against Lexis King, and Oba is with it. So they're going to have the match official at Roadblock. And I'll have to say, it's an NXT Championship. I like Moose. He's smooth. Him and Oba will definitely complement each other very well. They have good chemistry. Oba, he's getting better and better. It's just Moose has a little more experience on his side. But despite all that, Oba Femi will retain the NXT Championship at Roadblock. I don't see how Oba Femi is going to lose that against Moose. Moose is going to be good, but not good enough to beat Oba. And last but not least, we have the big match here. Champion versus champion title. Julia, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Stephanie, the NXT North American Women's Champion. These two definitely are going to butt heads. We've seen these two tag team together. Now they're going one-on-one. Title versus title. They're both champions in their own right. Well, who's going to win between Julia and Stephanie? I heard Julia is going through an injury. If that's true, and it requires her to take some time off to rehab or get surgery, Stephanie Vaquer, I see winning this match. She will defeat Julia. She'll become the first woman ever to hold the both NXT Women's Championship and the NXT North American Women's Championship simultaneously. No one has ever done that since that title, the North American Women's title, been introduced. So that will be something. Other than that, though, guys, that's all I have for that. You guys let me know early on right now, who do you see winning at NXT Roadblock, March 11th, New York City. There will be more matches on the card announced, but this is just the early predictions early on. There will be a final predictions later on, so look out for that. But thank you guys for coming out. We talk about NXT 2000 Online, Ricky Saints NXT debut match, and we talk about Roadblock early predictions. Check out the content here, Red Carpet Rain. Definitely talk about other shows besides NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and other videos. And subscribe to the channel. Until then, guys, you already know what it is. It's OUT.
Something happened this weekend, and I've been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and